Hello, my angels, and welcome back. This is gonna be like, I think, like what you think is going on versus what is really going on. And I don't know why, but I feel called to say this. So, you may have been seeing the crystals that I have here on the desk. For quite some time, I felt like I needed those two that were there previously, but I just switched them. And I do not know like exactly why, but then again, when I sit here, everything is for a reason. Maybe it's a sign for you, or maybe the colors are significant. Maybe the crystals in particular have some kind of significance to you. You could just have bought some of the same crystals as they're here. However, message been relayed, and I will get into it. So this collective, what do they think is going on in this moment of time when it comes to them? Oh, well, something to do with chemistry, attraction, spark, and passion. Okay, an apology. Forgiveness, return, sorry. Either something has happened or you feel like something is happening. You could be like, you could be religious. I'm just staring at that. What is it? Isn't it called something rose? Like, I may be wrong, but isn't it like Catholic to have those? At least that's what comes to mind. Influence. So attachment, third party, peers. Okay. One more for overall energy. What does this collective think is going on? Clarity. Okay, so chemistry, apology, influence, and clarity. These things should play on your mind. Right? So if you don't find yourself having that kind of a thought process, so to speak, it's not a reading for you. But clarity, something to do with truth, something to do with intentions and honesty. Either you are like sitting on some sort of an apology that has come in, and you're starting to feel this chemistry, like this spark coming back in, and the person connected to this has maybe been telling you about third-party interference. It does not have to be like another person. Third-party interference could be a lot of things, right? And you're sitting on some kind of a clarity, or this is coming to you. Again, I need to find dice. I feel like I need them. I don't have any at all in my house, and I have been looking for like different kinds of dices, but somehow they are hard to find. But what has this collective had some kind of a communication when it comes to that person? Have there been communication? Well, maybe. We have something to do with foundation, like established, established family and security, divine feminine, yin, feminine energy. That's nice. Wow. Divine masculine. Oh, wow. Yang, masculine energy. They came out right after one another. That was wild. Memories. This could be in like hopeless. Is this in, my angels? Has something happened here? commitment, chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilient, but commitment, hopeless, sinking, falling apart. That stands a bit out. Can I just have one more for hopeless? Hopeless. One more for hopeless. Boundaries. No. Drawing the line. Enough. Maybe you have had a hard time putting up boundaries that made you feel hopeless within the situation. But if you were completely this right here, right now, like boundaries and hopeless, I do not think that you would have chemistry and clarity, found a divine masculine and feminine commitment on your spread. It's more like the situation could have left you been feeling like this for some time, like since the last point of communication. I just want like a clear, can I have like, okay, so let's allocate some signs here. If like date night, communication, or yes, and commitment card, or confession comes out, I believe there has been some sign, some kind, they'll be back, of communication. So don't make this fit. If you haven't had communication from the person you see as your person, so to speak, and then we have confession, then this reading is not for you. So you have had some kind of communication from your person. And an apology, and you're sitting here in some kind of a clarity, maybe about the foundation, and the commitment. The situation in question could maybe be making you feel a bit hopeless, like something to do with the boundaries. What's that, Spirit? Boundaries? Yes, luck is on your side. Well, that's good. Divorce. It could have been like, again, if this has come in and you may be a bit, in a way, shocked, but then you have simmered down, it seems, because we don't have like on the spread, but maybe it's like a bit of the past that still lingers. And it would make sense if you have been going through some kind of evolution when it comes to this person, you need to see the change, right? So that breakup from the past could still like be around you. Let's get a bit more into it. Because then I may need to rethink, like, if that is going on in your energy right here, right now, So axe, wedding rings, sunglasses, hammer, the golden mirror. Sorry. Twin flame on the bottom. So this has to do like with the breakup, separation, stopping the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. It could be dragging up those scars like from the past, right? but confirming with the wedding ring. So this person could have come in, and I kind of want to say could come in, but we just have it confirmed, right? I'm gonna stick to that. This has come in, like it must have, with that. But the sunglasses, why the sunglasses, Spirit? The photograph, that just stands out to me. Like, that seems odd. Would someone be looking and stalking, like perception focusing out on photographs, if this were in? If the lightning comes out, it's in, right? Coffee cup. So they could have like asked to meet up. Yeah. What confuses me right now is that we have the sunglasses here. That does not really tie into something that's in my opinion, because it talks about someone lurking within the background, right? Could this person have done that before they reach out? Definitely. Looked at your photos? Definitely. With the wedding ring, it ties into like wanting to build this paradise. They could have asked you out to meet up, like for coffee. But then we have like the snake, and the snake often ties into, like it says here, like a competition, enemy, clever, malicious, looking over your shoulder. The other woman, it could also be the other man. And girl talk, like this snake could indicate that this is a permanent fixture in this person's life, that is a friend of theirs. That could be like the third party interference here, I'm feeling. And if that's still around, it may be hard if that person is somehow connected to your initial breakup, or why some things went the way that they did. Just about the axe and the hammer, we have both of them here, like oh, my throat. Camera, cassette. This could have been playing on their mind for quite some time. They could have been reminiscing a lot, like looking at your photos, wanting to make new memories as well throughout the separation. And then we have the love call here. What about hammer? Soulmate. Oh. Engagement ring. Wow. So this person definitely want to rebuild this. Like if they see you as a soulmate, engagement ring, partnership, commitment, union. That's a big energy, my angels. The only thing that's like a thorn in my eye is this sunglasses. It kind of stands out to me, because then it seems like it's brewing within the background, but we just have it confirmed with the other deck that it was in. But then again, like it could be just on the way, but then I feel like the lightning would be here. Phoenix. No, there has been some kind of clarity, because it confirms here, like with the Sword of Rose, clarity, truth, revelation, and phoenixing over it. Like new phase, rekindling, transformation, growth, change, mind. And they're confirming. And the runner. So the runner here in this dynamic, the one you as a collective had allocated as the runner, has reached out they have come in to come in to rebuild this. There's still some Mercury energy, I feel like, because we don't have like an ending when it comes to this third party interference. I believe that that is a friend because it's tied in like these three cards together. My throat, it's just so itching. I feel it itches all the way. Oh, it's terrible. The snake and the seductive. I don't think it's anything sexually. I'm just gonna come out and say it. If that's like a fear you have, I don't think it is. I feel like it's a friend. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with dating. Maybe this person has been pushing your person to get out there, to be like single and free, but that snake is still present. It doesn't seem like your person is choosing to show them the door or anything, and that and if that person was a part of your initial separation, that would maybe still cause some problems. Like, you know, if you have someone in your corner, right, that does actually not want the best for you, that feels like you're in some kind of competition, that is being malicious, that is an enemy. And then I split it on girl with a snake. This could be a female friend, a snake. Can we have more about that? Like, is that being removed or what? Maybe that person made your person like not deal, because it says here not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding conversation, called person, boundary, still angry, and Cupid's arrow. So that person could have been like a block within this union you guys would want to have. That this friend of theirs has been like relaying it out to be that like it kind of go look somewhere else, like this love will come like in their right, like trying to help them. I feel like they see it as maybe being a good friend, and that could have been why they wore the sunglasses. I'm just gonna get a bit clarity about that person, because that seems like an energy you don't really want to have around. I keep like having this itch in my throat. Maybe I should get some water. It's just feels like I'm closing up completely. Could have been very tactic. And it does talk about that, like clever, being strategic with how they word things, how they relay things. And then it says here, like, they could have been like triggered by your glow, Queen rising, glowing up loud, all eyes on her, coming up spotlight, and karmic friend. Can't fully trust them. Always something tension, low key competing with you. Don't make this fit. I feel like you would have indication of that person, who that person is. I feel like someone would come to mind when it comes to this situation, but are their person seeing this? Maybe that's the person lurking. Maybe that's a thing about this revelation, because it says here, like, fake account lurking on your socials, hidden identity, can't stop watching you. Maybe it's the snake. That would make more sense than your person, because if they had come in with communication, would they really be like that? Would be a bit weird. Why would you feel that need if you guys are now communicating, you know? But the snake, and maybe that was a part again of that communication you received, like that clarity in the beginning. I don't even remember what card it was. Was it even this deck? No, it wasn't. It was the other deck. But cloud hunger, like they may be looking at you thinking like you want to go viral on living for attention, making shit up for drama, like you are the drama. Well, when they in fact are the drama, like very, isn't it called self-unaware, or the opposite? They are not aware of themselves. At least that's what I'm trying to say. Happiness hater. And they would be. But your person must be aware if they have like talked about it. They're in their head, they're making assumptions, creating stories. Trust issues have been shown. Talking shit, gossiping behind your back, spreading lies, smiling at your face. Wow. It could be something or someone that is like very materialistic. They could be acting rich or really like to like show off money, show off what they have, like a very insecure female energy, right? Like someone that would be kind of like a Queen of Cups in reverse, Queen of Wands in reverse, like that energy, you know. And I feel like you as a collective, a penny should drop. But again, your person, it seems like they have talked about this with you or are starting to opening this up. I feel like that's part of the communication because it has been a block within your guys' connection, and they have been there since this breakup. And if they have been sitting there talking into your person's ear all the time, but it's like, have your person removed them? I would like to have that is that person removed? This happiness hater, are they like out the door? Reflecting. If your person, and I'm not saying this to like stir up anything, but if your person is, in my opinion, only reflecting upon this, even though that snake, let's just call that person that snake has been causing all of this disruption within the initial separation of you guys, and is still here. When you are trying to figure it out, I'm like, I would be a bit on the defense with that, right? Because that person doesn't seem like, no. But again, we had the divine masculine, so your masculine is like a boss dad, like stable, rich business owner, CEO, big, I'm not gonna say that word, big, you know, energy. But why would you? If you're divine masculine, you are a divine feminine. Why in the world would he put up with that? Why would that not be removed? Like a part of the cycle, I feel like it needs to close out. Otherwise, it will just be there stirring up unnecessary, you know. Shine. Radiate with truth. Your light triggers darkness. Stay unapologetic you. Yeah, well, 100%. And that person is a waste of time. I guess what I'm wondering about, like, and again, I'm nobody's mommy. I know you are grown-up people. You can take care of yourself. I am just wondering why that person is still around energetically. Then they aren't like out. It hasn't been cleared out. And that could cause a lot of problems within this connection, right? If they have been sitting there talking smack about you throughout this separation, I don't think they're gonna hold back. And if your person listens to them, but then again, if you're in this divine masculine, then how could you even have a person like that around you? Yeah, children are around or someone is being immature will definitely immature. Okay. So what is the collective in need of knowing? Because there's a reason. Entangled. Silent remains. Amid the uncertainty, love has the power to rebuild trust. Well, definitely. And they may be right, like in the beginning with that spread, with dragging things up from the past. This would be dragging things up from the past. Maybe you very much agree with my outlook, like why is that person then still here? Wondering about that. Entangled, established and communicating your own boundaries, and then finding how to stand on business. That would make sense. That it would be hard. I'm gonna flip them. Maybe that. Endure the storm, protect your core, and grow stronger with each change. Okay. Icy goodbyes. Amidst underneath paths and frozen moments, the hardest choice is to leave. The hardest choice is leaving for clarity. So you could be finding yourself like on a crossroad with this. Icy goodbyes. Moonlight union. Use understanding to have a greater emotional balance. I feel like this would be hard in a fog. And I get that. Fear, obligation, or guilt make you stay, get clarity. It keeps saying that. Like clarity on this. So let's see if we can give you clarity, collective. I get why that would worry you. And that person still being around, like, but you have luck on your side, right? You have luck on your side when it comes to this situation. I get why you feel a bit in this moment of time. So spirit, the collective in question. What kind of clarity can we give them? The Lovers. Wow. And no doubt about it, this is divine love. The Lovers as the first card out as advice. Have that within the forefront of your mind. Again, with like, if you choose then, right, to stand on boundaries and say, I can't do this as long as that person is around. You will have to figure that out, but it makes me uncertain. This person has been around. You have been telling me how they have been acting within this separation and so on, right? However you want to relay it. You shouldn't worry if that would make your person then not be interested more. Like, you are allowed to put up boundaries, and it's an understandable concern that you have. And if your person is like locked into that masculine energy, like the card came out, like divine masculine, divine feminine, one after the other, if he is that, he will understand that that would be a, a trigger. And then again, I'm like wondering, if you are truly a divine masculine, why would you want to have that person around? Like, if you are a boss, a CEO, energy, why in the world would you want to have a snake around you? Even though it's a permanent fixture, even though it's a long-time friend, you have known them since childhood, or you grew up together, you build a business together. If you're in that lens, in that energy, in that empowerment within yourself, why would you want to have that around? Like, that lingering, that negative energy, that seems a bit odd to me. What do you say, Spirit? For this collective, we have the Lovers. What kind of clarity do they need? So I guess it is kind of a clarity reading after all, right? The Wheel. It's not quite in reversal, but almost there. So you could be feeling like the wheel is just not turning. Oh, my voice. I keep losing my voice. But in your favor, like, was it worth the wait? That was the first thing I heard. Like, but I feel like with the Lovers, that's like, you know, they're all in reverse. Like, Page of Pentacles in reverse as well. The Moon. And you could feel like that, you know, like I think your intuition is telling you this about that snake energy. Ten of Swords stabbed in the back. But we need to have understanding for this and have that awareness within ourselves that what's meant to be will always be. And if that's meant for you and your person, no matter the boundaries you put up regarding yourself, your self-love, the stability you have within you as a divine feminine, it will not tangle your threads. It will not ruin anything. I get it's hard, because if you're finally getting clarity, communication, like some answers that you have been waiting for a long time, but then knowing that this energy is still there, I understand why you would be feeling like in the fog, right? But it is an opportunity for growth here. To be strong, to have understanding. And I feel like this I say goodbye, you could be reflecting upon that when it comes to your person, but I feel like it's more that snake energy. And that I say goodbye, right? The hardest choice is leaving for clarity. And I feel like that clarity have been shown to your person, like they know who they're dealing with. It's just, are they choosing to act as sun? That's like the happiest card in the deck. Yes, so much happiness, but it's also a very divine masculine energy, like the sun, right? And we have the moon, divine feminine. You could have been feeling like this battle is lost. It's a bit of a murky, what is it called, like energy. Like it seems a bit messy in its own way. And I'm feeling not this, sad in a way, but not like I'm gonna cry sad, but just within my energy. Like I'm a bit mispleased, so to speak. I do not know the right word in English. I have it in Danish, but that does not help the situation. That does not help right now. The Two of Wands. Definitely a lot of plans for the future here. Like we had that wedding ring engagement, like confirmed in so many spreads here. It's like the High Priestess. It's like you need to trust your intuition. So what is it telling you? Is it telling you to put out those boundaries and stand strong and firm within yourself, knowing that my happiness comes no matter what? It's like if you feel like you need to overstep your own boundaries within yourself, that is not right. If your person is willing to choose to have that snake and that malicious energy around them, and that's their choice, it doesn't have to be yours. This journey teaches you that the only person you really need to be happy, to be content, to be fulfilled in life, to make you happy is you. So you would know, with or without this person, you will be more than fine. You are able to make you happy. You are able to make you satisfied. You are able to make you fulfilled in life, no matter the outcome. It's not about that. And that's like fairy dust on top of the cake, right? It's not the outcome that matters. It's the internal feeling we have within. So if your body is telling you, I am not secure, I don't feel this is stable, then you have your answer. Step back, relay that clearly to your person, and say exactly what you feel, that this feels unsettling within you. You don't think this is safe, and you don't think there is a reason or whatever. Again, your thoughts, your feelings. But be honest and stand strongly in that. Don't be scared of telling your truth. Again, if you are, then it just means that you are still in that mind frame of this person kind of means more than your own security, your own stability, your own being, right? Does it make sense? I'm just a bit like that's I kind of want to ask about, and that could be you, Colette. You want to have answers when it comes to that snake energy. I'm just like, your person and that snake, they could be tied to work. Like Three of Pentacles, they could be having a business together, like entangled in that way. And we have that with the entanglement, like established. It talks a lot about boundaries, but then again, it could tie into that. And we had the boss CEO. That could be why it's hard for this person to like let that energy go. If they are like working together. But again, there's always a way out. It's all about the mindset. No. I kind of want to see... because I would have liked like an 8 of Cups to come out. Like knowing that your person is leaving that person in the past. But it could be like right here, right now, you find yourself in a lesson before the original union, so to speak, like you have worked throughout this journey on your boundaries. Will you be able to stand in your ground, even though a lot of the things you wished and prayed for are like in this moment right here at your door? But having that center in yourself to say, no, I matter more. If it does not eases my mind, if it does not fulfill me, if it doesn't add to me, it's not for me, even though it's nice, even though it's like a twinkling diamond or whatever, kind of like the stone, right? Even though it's like that, it sparkles, it's pretty, it's beautiful. Is it enough? Is it enough? So Spirit, this situation that the collective find themselves in this moment of time. Yeah. Okay. Well, this is good, I think, yeah. True intention, stay authentic and aligned, trusting your inner wisdom to guide you towards genuine fulfillment. Honest echo, listen to the whispers of your heart, for you know the whole truth. It talks about that intuition. Magic opportunities. Embrace the unexpected, seize the change for transformation. And maybe that would be unexpected for you to like stand firmly in that decision. Wise counsel, seek guidance from trusted friends or mentors to help you along. A higher wisdom, explore options, learn what you can, and expand your horizon. The one side says, enjoy the journey, embrace each moment fully, stay open to new experiences and lessons along the way. And this would be a lesson for you, right? Emerging dawn, trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. But don't think it is as like you like drawing a line and saying this is about, I feel it within me. Like, I don't want that person to be around. Like, you you need to figure that out on your own. I'm not here for it. There's a chapter within your life, and you need to ask yourself why that person has to be there. In if it comes down to like them being in business together, and that's why it's hard. Like, have that understanding, have that compassion for them. That, of course, it would be, everyone would think that, but I'm allowed to put myself first and say that's not for me then. And don't be sad about it. And again, it's always easier said than done. But if you truly believe, and you are meant, both of you are meant to end up together, trust it. Have faith in that, right? It could be like a rough road ahead. Duality dance, seek balance amongst the chaos and find harmony with yourself, exactly as we said it. As we said it, my angels. Like if you just sit down with yourself, close out all the noise around you and just sit with yourself and let your mind have that in the forefront about the situation. What is it telling you? What is your body telling you? What do you feel? Is it a lot of mind ache? Is it a lot of scarcity thoughts? If you find yourself already now being very emotional triggered, just to know that that person is still around, don't you think that's answer enough for you? This journey teaches you to listen. Listen to your own voice and listen to what your inner core and being is telling you. And it's okay to have boundaries, even though it looks like it's everything we ever wanted right here, right now. But what if it could come in even better? Right? And trusting that. Trusting in your person needs to go through this. And be open and honest about it, like. Clear the path. Yeah. Fresh ideas, stay open-minded, inviting new perspectives to enrich your journey and spark creative solution. And we had that spark card in the beginning, and I get it. Like I said, if it's all coming in all of a sudden, and it's a lot of what you wished, hope, and praise for, and then finding this out, getting that clarity, and then knowing within yourself, oh, that person is still there. It's more than okay to have that boundary within yourself, and also show that compassion for your person, that I get why it's hard, but understand that that's a boundary within me. If that person has been there, again, since the beginning, talking so much to your person about you, I don't see anything about them being changed, they're still a snake. That's the energy they embody when it comes to this dynamic, right? In my opinion, like, for obvious reasons, that person needs to go, but your person needs to come to that conclusion within themselves, right? You putting up a boundary regarding that because you have learned to love yourself and knowing what you are deserving of. If that triggers them into high heaven, then they are in divine masculine energy. They weren't ready for any of this. Making plans. Chart your course with intention. The future is yours to design and navigate. Exactly. It is. Right track. You need to lock into your intuition. And that could be you right now, having like a light bulb moment, thinking like, This clarity is coming. Walk unshattered, I think it says, like you are fortunate. You are fortunate. Trap was laid out for you, but you were too smart to fall for it. And that could have been this person, like in a funny way. It could lead to like a faster progress, you know. So if we just play with the mind of you putting up boundaries with this situation, however nice in the moment it is kind of feeling, but then again not. So let's just say you put up these boundaries, right? Because that snake energy is still present in your person's life. What would that lead to, my angels? If the collective put up boundaries when it comes to the situation. The Hierophant. First card out. The Hierophant. Higher awareness, more wisdom. Traditional. Three of Pentacles. Queen of Wands and the Fool. It could lead to so much bigger and so much better. You standing within your divine feminine energy, Queen of Wands, being very, we have brushed upon her before, but she's amazing. Like, she is so seductive and beautiful and alluring and full of passion in the best possible way, right? The Hierophant, very traditional, very tapped in. He knows how to move. He is listening to guides, to spirit. He is in deep connection with them. Just see him there. How beautiful he is, sitting there, getting messages. The Three of Pentacles, yes, it could be about work, but it also talks about like this masterminds coming together to create a masterpiece, and that could be you. Because if you truly know your worth, right, and you haven't really had a test when it comes to that, this could be it. Are you then able to stand on your business? Are you then able to say, no, it's very nice, but with that energy still present? The High Priestess, my angels. Beautiful, perfect match. Just like that divine feminine, divine masculine. And maybe you could work this out together, right? But you need to be open and honest about it. You need to have clear communication. Maybe you are making it in this moment of time much worse in your own mind because you may be letting yourself think the worst. You putting up a boundary, again, if your person is truly in masculine energy, if he is this, then there's no issue with you saying it. And that person needs to go, and that needs to be healed out. That chapter needs to close. That person should no longer be permanent within their life. They shouldn't even be allowed within this connection. Like, look at how they treated you, me, throughout this breakup, throughout this separation, right? Otherwise, or not otherwise, but like the outcome of it is beautiful. You putting up that boundary, again, like I said, if your person is tapped in, it shouldn't hurt this dynamic. Like, quite the contrary. Yeah. Queen of Swords with Knight of Pentacles. So this offer you received, stand firmly. Know the coin you have to offer, how valuable it is, how precious you are, how lucky anyone is to be with you. Know that you fulfill yourself. It is not the end goal to have someone there. You are more than enough within your own being. You are capable enough to fill up your own cup time and time again. You do not need anyone to complete you. Having that is nice. That sparkle we talked about. But on top of the cake, you should embody the whole cake yourself, like frosting and everything. But trust in that. Don't let it scare you. Trust in that. Trust in your bond. Trust in yourself. Trust in your intuition, right? Is there more here, Spirit, about the outcome of the situation? Eight of Pentacles. You could be finding that you two will work this out together in some way, shape, or form. But definitely putting in the work. And again, there's no question about it. Your person tapped in divine masculine, of course he will. Don't doubt it. Believe it. You may not have been shown that before throughout your life. It does not mean that it isn't going to happen. Like, just because we don't see it doesn't mean that it isn't there. We need to believe it, right? The sun, again, that masculine energy. It has actually been shown quite a lot throughout the reading, right? So maybe you don't know it, but if you do not voice your feelings, your concerns, your boundaries, how will that person know how to move? You need to trust in that again. And how would you ever build like a dynamic that would actually work if you're not honest, open, truthful with one another? All day, every day, big or small, right? Is there more here, Spirit? That Five of Pentacles, yeah. You can keep yourself in that. That's what I feel. Like kind of a scarcity mindset when it comes to this. And Five of Pentacles. No, maybe a bit too many, but yeah, internal conflict when it comes to this passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands and Page of Pentacles. Like in this, it does not come easy. That takes years. And if your person is coming in with that offer we saw in the beginning, a lot of it seems beautiful. The only thing that stands out is that murky energy. You telling them that, you standing firm within yourself, in my opinion, it will only lead your person to think more highly of you. Because you see yourself, you see your worth. Right? I feel like we need to get you a bit of a message here. Oh, can I get that deck? It's like stuck. So you can kind of ease up. Like I swear to God, every time I start a reading, I think to myself, see if you can do it under an hour. Just see. And every time, it's just way more. Oh. Let's see, my angel. Oh, all that glitters. And I said that, all that glitters. It's so okay to have boundaries. And yang, you shouldn't overstep yourself. Like, look at the situation. If you don't feel like it's for you, trust that. Number 16 could be like a significant number to you. I need to see beyond the superficial. The desire to don a mask or dress something up to disguise isn't true nature. Trying to be something you're not, chasing after every sparkling new thing, being meticulous. And that is right. There is a relationship message. Do we get you that? Sometimes we try to become something we are not to impress others. We embellish a story of bit, adding some dramatic elements to make us more appealing. The real person becomes hidden behind the sparkle and the shine. When there are times where we don't see the true value of someone else because he or she may not have the glitz or glamour that seems so desirable. Now it's the time to look past the surface, beyond the mask, to in center of a person. Who the person is not what he or she has or can give you. That it's important. See beyond the glitter and look for the inner glow. Use the eyes in your heart. Let go of the artifacts and let what is authentic shine. And we said that quite a lot. Stand strongly in you. Again, be true, be open, be honest, be authentic. Don't hide yourself just to have something that you in reality should already understand you do not need. It's nice, yes. But it's not like your end stop. That person, it becomes so murky. If we sit there in that energy of, if I do not have that person, I am not complete. I am not a whole human being worthy of this life. Putting it harshly, right? But we embody that energy. They are my end all and be all. They are what fills me up. That person would have a hard time not messing up, because as soon as they not show up in the way, shape, or form you expect them to, because they in the end are the only thing that can fulfill you. If they do not always carry a smile, always doing things the way you want them to, etc., you will start causing arguments. You will start becoming unsure, and you will relay all of that burden onto them. That is not fair. You need to trust and surrender, and you need to gain that understanding that you are fulfilled within yourself, with or without them. Again, it's nice, but just because it glitters, just because it shines, just because it's nice words, just because the future in a lot of, in a lot of ways can look beautiful from the offer you have received now, doesn't mean that you should put yourself and your boundaries on hold just to accept that. If you feel uneasy and you feel like, no, then say that. Be open, be honest, be transparent, be authentic, be you. Don't hide it, don't hold back. Oh, that was a lot. But exchanging gift, and we said that this person you could be giving each other gifts at some point, higher power, and the why, like questioning. Just one more. This collective, to give them like a peace of mind and advice for you, as spirit, as guides. Kind of being called to take another deck afterwards, so I will. Number 6, So sixes could be very important for you in this moment of time. Not for you, it says. A clear knowing that something is being denied you, rejected. Rejection is God's protection. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something and no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It is as if you don't really get to be in the game and you feel like you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicate that you are not going to attain what you want right now. That need your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. This is a time to radiantly accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there are involvement, don't quite know how that word pronounces, but a force who desires the best for you and have a much clearer idea what is in your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better will make you truly happy. It's on its way. Trust this. It ties in like the outcome we had if you stand on your business. It's so much better than what you're being presented with right here, right now. And you need to trust that. You need to trust in your bond. You need to trust in your Fred. You need to trust in yourself that you are deserving of that. Something better. Yes, it's good right now. But just because it glitters, just because it shines, doesn't mean. Right? That it's gold. But I'm being called to take this deck. There must be a message here for you that you need to know it in this moment of time. Just mixing them because I feel like they get sometimes very hard to shuffle. Like, oh. They're like stuck together like glue and I do not know why. I have been doing all sorts of things to them, like trying to bend them, but they are so thick. You see, they're like so thick. But what kind of a message, Spirit, do you want to give this collective? Oh. It says snake, shed the old skin, and the eagle, see from a higher perspective. Oh, and you would be like called to do that right now, again with trust in your bond, in your journey, and in yourself, in your boundaries. Putting up a boundary does not ruin this for you. Where is that? The eagle there, 126. There could be something like you and sixes could be very significant. 126. Here it is. See from a higher perspective. Look at things from a different angle. Fly higher and see new possibilities. What does it say? In animal medicine, both Native American and Celticity or something, the eagle draws its power and strength from the sun. We had a lot about the sun, right, throughout this reading. It is a powerful, strong, and encouraged guide which is able to see for miles. It approaches all things with intelligence, grace, and poise, and has the captivity to make a plan from a higher space before putting it into action. to make a plan. I'm sorry, not a plant. I was like, a plant? A plan from a higher space before putting into action. When the Eagle card appears in a reading, it shows that you have a real ability to take things higher and to move beyond the limitations of your ego and your selfish desires. In a way, I also feel this ties in a bit to the masculine, right? Maybe he has a plan and you're not aware of it. 132. Maybe that's why you need to work on this together in some way, shape, or form. But then again, go relay that it will all turn out better than you think in this moment of time. The snake shed old skin. Cast off the old. Renew your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. In many spiritual traditions, the snake often offer a powerful medicine. In transit yoga, it symbolizes the Kundalini, which is a powerful serpentine energy within that allows you to reach your higher spiritual potential. When the sacred one saw a snake in nature or encountered one in a dream, they knew that they were transformation in the air. For me, the snake card not only represents the shedding of old skin, but moving beyond the limitation caused by carrying the venom of negative thoughts about others from the past. And we talked about that in the beginning, didn't we? Like, I get it, you haven't been shown this change, this masculine energy from your person before. It's like a new cycle you're coming into. But just because you haven't seen it doesn't mean it's not there. So trust that it is, and trust that this person will show you that they are capable of that. So stand firmly in this confirmation birth. Burp. Stand firmly in yourself, my angels. Put up those boundaries. Trust in yourself, in your bond, in your thread. That you are worthy. Right? That was the reading for today, my angels. I hope this found who it was meant for and it helped you in the way, shape, or form that you needed it to. Thank you so much for listening, tuning in, and tapping in. And I will be seeing you in another day, another time, another reading. Bye, my angels. Bye.